Good evening. Laura Donnelly here from Dancing with Ease, Body Brain Balance. And this is day 230 of Strange and Interesting Times. Wow. When I started, I had no idea that I would do this many days. And interspersed in there came the healing path with just delightful conversations with friends. And today I spoke to Dale Darley, who is a writer and a coach and a person who just helps people find their voice. And today we talked about how finding your authentic voice helps us heal. So if you want to see that, it's on my page. For now, you can find it, but you could also join the healing path. I'll put a link in the comments because there's about 25 other healing conversations all together in there. And they give you a great array of options for working with yourself to do healing. And the thing is, I do all kinds of things, but I do my easiness practice first, because with a foundation of ease, whatever I do is changed. And how we do what we do determines our outcome. So if we do things in a rush, in a hurry, in a frenzy, pressed for time, odds are we're going to make a couple mistakes along the way. We're going to overlook something. We're going to go a little too fast, skip a couple steps. You just don't know what's going to happen. So with a foundation of ease, we can pay attention to how the thing that we're doing or how the thing that we're thinking changes us, or how we're thinking about the thing changes us. And we can assess, is that change valuable and useful, or is that change taking us in a direction we don't want to go? Is that change taking us in a direction that's harmful, actually? Maybe causing physical stress, emotional stress, mental stress. I just got a beautiful message from a friend that said she did her teaching evaluation, which was pretty stressful in this environment, teaching online, then teaching hybrid classes, and she said that that she passed with flying colors. And she said paying attention to ease while she was teaching and while she was being evaluated really allowed her to stay present and to teach her best. So that's just wonderful to hear. But the most important thing is that she mentioned that this work, body brain balance, and the focus on that I work with people with on paying attention to how are you doing that activity? How does that thought change you? This gives people a deeper awareness of what's going on inside themselves and tools to make a shift. A lot of times, we talk about the hamster wheel several times in this whole series. You get caught up in something, a way of thinking, a way of doing something, and it's not working, and you just do it harder and faster and more of it. And you just kind of get more tangled up. It is exactly like a ball of yarn that when it gets tangled in a knot and you get frustrated and you pull on it and you pull tighter and you pull this side and you do that one, and you the more you do that, the worse the knot gets. And if you are able to recognize all the pieces of that you want the yarn to be untangled, that you want it to be untangled right now or 2 minutes ago, that's really an important piece. What are you doing to yourself while you're trying to untangle it? Are you staring at the thing? Are you pulling on it? Are you yanking it? That'll make some interesting pictures on the YouTube. Gotta laugh at myself whenever I can, you know. How is that knotted up yarn and your ideas about it and your desires for it to be different than it is, how is that affecting you? Can you walk away from it? Sometimes we have a situation and we can't walk away from it. We can walk away from it, but our brain jumps right back to it. But our brain, we can teach our brain new tricks. We can teach it when it goes to that old place, you know, zipping right back there. You can say, wait, come here. Notice this. Pay attention to that. So that we can interrupt the pattern, the dysfunctional patterns that we get into. We just get into them for whatever reason. And sometimes they become a lifelong pattern because in the beginning, the pattern rescued us from some situation. We, you know, maybe we were 10 and it was a great thing, got us out of some stress, whatever. But now we're a lot older and the situation isn't the same, but we're applying the same method. So this is like trying to screw a screw in with a hammer. Now, if you need to start the screw, you might tap the screw with the hammer into the wood just gently to get it started, but then you need the right tool. And so one of the things that working on body-brain balance does is it gives you a wonderful toolkit for observation, choices in changing what you do, how you respond, recognizing your habits, assessing those habits, which ones are good and useful, which ones are taking you in the direction that's not helpful. And then a very, very gentle, hey Sharon, great to see you, very gentle and easy way to change those habits. And when we change those habits, everything changes. And that's almost hard to believe how much things can change. But when our mind gets wrapped up in something, if we can calm it down, then we don't have to be angry. We don't have to be snappy with other people by mistake because our mind was fritzed around a problem. We don't have to be awake really late because that the mind won't calm down for us. We have tools to calm it down. Now, where I come in, I remind you have tools because we all forget we have tools, even me. And I help you fine tune how you use those tools so that you can really gently manage any upset. I mean, when I was dancing and teaching and I tore my ACL in the middle of the semester, this was like a crisis, right? I need my body to teach. But one of the amazing, amazing things I learned was that when I couldn't demonstrate, my students had to work harder. They couldn't just copy. They had to understand. I had to be clear in my words, use the dance vocabulary and articulate the musical quality I wanted and the steps and the counts. But my students previously, what I realized from this whole incident was previously they weren't really thinking. They were seeing and copying and doing, seeing and copying and doing. And so if I wasn't showing their ability to recreate the exercise or the phrase of movement was stressed a lot. So when I had to sit, because I was healing, and I had to teach differently, they actually learned better. They absorbed more. They owned the knowledge. And that's what I help people do with body brain balance and the Alexander technique, is how to make the tools your own and use them in your own life so that you can be more at ease. So because I'm a straight up truthful, I don't like the masks. But if I don't like the mask and I go like this, I do twice as much damage to myself. So if I know I don't like wearing a mask and I go to put it on and I pay attention to how I react, to how the mask feels, to how I put it on, to what I do when I put it on, changes the whole thing. Doesn't mean I'm not wearing the mask, and it doesn't mean I like the mask, but it means I have changed how I work with the mask so that the mask isn't causing other problems, not causing me to pull my head down and back because it's it's going around my head or whatever. Same is true with the phone. Do you suck into your phone, or do you let your phone shine information on you? These are just little ideas that shift what happens. And when you make these tiny shifts, they ripple out in your life in all kinds of directions. So that's the ways you can use ease in your world to make things flow a little bit better, to be a little bit happier and more at ease in yourself. So this is day 230, and I decided I would take a pause here. I have a number of things you can do to keep taking care of yourself and paying attention to ease in your life. One of those is the 30 Days of Ease, which is a simple email in your inbox every day with a picture and a quote to inspire some ease and gentle calmness in your life. I'll put the links in the comments so you can find them. Starting on December 7th with my friend Imogen, I'm going to be doing the Easy Peasy Itsy Bitsy Bite-Size Self-Care Challenge. And what we like to say is that the name is the hardest thing about it. So these are very simple things that you can do in less than a minute a day, several times a day, and in the midst of your life so that you can insert a moment of self-care. I'll put a link for that. And I have the Healing Path. So if you would like to join the Healing Path, I would love to have you in there as a member. And when you join in there, thank you, Sharon. I have had a wonderful time these 230 days, plus the healing paths in the midst, or whatever that is. And I will come back and forth, probably once a week or something. But in the healing path, we will gather and have coffee and chat and maybe speak with some of the guests as a kind of open Zoom meeting. You're going to ask questions. You can share things that happen. And I do encourage you to check out Dale's talk about journaling and healing. We had a lovely time today. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate your comments and your time coming on. And I'll see you. I'll be around. You can always email, message, whatever. I'll respond. I'm pretty good responding. Oh, Sharon, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And remember how I was in 2017. So this was a journey for me too. And that's the wonderful thing about this work is my journey is mine, but I can share the ease. Your journey is yours, but you can share your ease with me, and we can inspire each other to be kinder, more compassionate, happier, more joyful, more at ease in ourselves, and to get back on balance when life knocks us off, because That seems to be the purpose of life, is to knock us off balance. And the more skills we have and tools and practice to get back on balance, the quicker we can return to balance and the happier we can be. So take good care. And thanks for watching.